pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Schulte here. Jones here. Mr. Helmer here. Mr. Moore here. Agenda would be to approve today's agenda, February 19th.
Any changes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Jones, Leroy DeBoer, offer a motion and support to approve the agenda as was posted. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Next item is the minutes from February 12th meeting.
Did we get your breakdown, you know?
Breakdown,
Yeah, 18,000.
not yet. On the cash, we need to see what funds
Make a
we
motion to
buy.
approve the minutes.
Support. Motion to approve the minutes from Mr. Jones, support from Mr. Helmers. Further discussion concerning the minutes from February 12th. All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Next, the only item we have is to finalize the way the fiscal year 1920 budget for publication. Public hearings.
It was discovered that I had to make one change, that Deb didn't budget enough for her health insurance for next year, so I increased it.
Deb or Sharon?
Deb.
Oh, that's mentioned.
Oh, no, Deb.
Okay.
No, sorry about that. So I increased that, and that comes out of general supplemental as well. Just didn't really didn't have enough budgeted in there.
How far off was it?
About 11,000. She had 19,000 budgeted, and then we upped it to 30,128.
What'd she have the year before?
That's how I discovered I had to do a budget amendment. She doesn't have enough for this year either. She missed one, I think, daily portion of the insurance and the single, something I can't. So that's why it was discovered, that's why I upped it.
So what'd she have the year before that?
She had 27,894.
So why did she drop it?
I don't know. She doesn't know what happened. She just dropped it in early, and it was discovered, so I just increased it to get a better picture of what the budget will be for next year, for this fiscal year next. And she had a 19,195 budgeted, and it was, I upped it to 30,128. That's what it will be, what she'll need for health insurance.
So we'll have to do a budget amendment for this year?
Yes, and that, we're doing a budget amendment on the 12th, so that's included in that.
On the first, we had a motion and support to approve the 1920 Recorder's Departmental budget, supported by 4 with me abstaining. Do we want to readdress or reconsider that since it's been revised since
Which I don't think we need to.
Suppose we probably should, since we have to do a budget amendment for this current year's budget, because that number was wrong as well.
Well, we go to that, then we'll do the budget amendment. For next year, it's not the budget hasn't been set in stone yet, so we wouldn't have to for that.
that you approved prior amounts that were gonna be published, and this is changing. I had asked that so that I wasn't participating in the discussion on those amounts.
I can make a motion that we change it.
Last night.
Just approval of the revised.
Yeah.
Recorder's budget.
Yep.
Motion by Schulte, support from Jones. Further discussion on that item, gentlemen? Seeing, all those in favor, signify with aye. Those opposed, same sign. I've seen. And I was thinking to bring up was the ambulance garage. We talked about repairs in the past and some interest in actually doing a different building. I don't know that the budget would adequately allow for a project of that nature. If we're talking, potentially talking windows and courthouse repairs along that line.
We never really did figure out what building would cost, did we?
No.
For repair.
We did,
They
an old repair, I did for a new courthouse.
We'd
We'd be under
That's
$1,000
perfect.
if we want.
That's personal.
I agree.
Then I think you're just throwing good money after that.
And then you can make it the way you want it instead of,
Maybe utilize it for something else that we
Yeah.
have to do.
cause I think secondary road would like to have 1 or 2 stalls in there.
We can borrow a little money out of there, go ahead and try.
But I think you have to sit down and visit with them to see what they need.
Attorney was gonna get us numbers.
He's working on, he's gonna get another bid. He said 5-stall garage, is that what you're, a 5-stall shed, is that what you're thinking of?
Is that what we talked about? I guess visually.
You might as well go 5,
Yeah,
you got the room.
there's been that way, to clean up the ambulance shed a little bit and get some room in there so you can walk.
You're over here in the room.
And the secondary road would want 1 or 2 stalls in there. Then by the time you take a stall for EMA,
Does that have to all be separated, or can it just be one big building?
Evidence storage, you would need to have some.
that would have to be separated off.
Right.
I guess my thought was, do we just put up a big building? If that's the case, then we just put up a machine shed.
Well, I know, before, I know I hauled in a car, there was a serious accident, and they wanted it separated.
Yeah.
So nobody could,
Okay.
and not that we have that many accidents like that, hopefully we don't.
Do we still go taller than normal, or,
I think I'd go 10-foot builder.
so you're probably talking a 12-foot sidewall?
Yeah. I really don't think we have any need for any bigger than that.
You never know what they,
I know.
I mean, a few extra feet longer or wider
Yeah,
doesn't end up
no,
costing you.
That's the way to do it.
You got 2,000 in the ambulance building line. So if we were to do a building of that nature, we'd have to do an amendment. Do we want to identify that as potential now, and include it in the budget, or?
well, really, that's even something we could put in the next year's budget. You know, get the plans and get everything laid out this year.
If we did, we just have to amend it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if we did go ahead with it, yeah.
Because we really don't know where we're at
No,
at all.
and our auditor likes to do amendments, so.
But with that pending legislation that was brought to our attention, you're talking more about making ending fund balance recommendations, and if we're not budgeting in from it and drawing from ending fund, it could have an impact on that. So we're seriously considering that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, where would you start?
At least put something in there.
But
Well, 2,000 isn't gonna cover it.
no, put 50 in it or what? I don't know what buildings like that would cost.
It's gonna be considerably more than that.
Well, the building we put on the fairgrounds was about 50 by a little over 100, and that was right at 100.
It's done.
Well, by the time we put the concrete,
Yeah.
maybe it wouldn't be quite that much, but I bet it'd be 75.
But,
think we should put something in there?
Well, probably would hurt, but where do you,
If we don't spend it this year, keep it for next year.
where do you
I
think?
know we don't have a hard number, but if we're thinking about doing a project, I don't know why we wouldn't budget something for it, personally.
So if, secondary roads are used as part of it, will they pay for part of it?
Yeah, they'd be willing to pay part of it.
So do we have to amend, do we have to,
We'd have to know what we were gonna be spending.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have any idea.
I guess I can put anything up like that.
I haven't seen any bids. I don't know how much they're willing to kick in from secondary roads.
Yeah.
So that would, there's a lot of moving variables that would determine how much money we're gonna have.
exactly.
So maybe
But that, at that point, wouldn't it be the county's building and they would pay like rent for stalls or things like that rather than splitting the cost on it?
I know quite a while back, Aaron and I talked about it, he was willing to pay for part of it.
that would make sense.
I would see assessor, we asked for some rents or something for sort of two years, they had a separate garage that they took care of that the county wasn't on the hook for, and now they're in our building, and that's fine, I'm fine with utilizing space in that way, but I think that budget could support.
Well, we did spend some money so they could use it. We did a fixing garage door. Should we make a mess over there, Jason?
I accidentally opened up the thing, and then half of them were pulled out, and half of them weren't, and
I don't know. What do you think a person should put, what, 50, 60, 70 in there? I don't know. If you said you could spend about 100. I would think you could get that for 7 hours, right? Probably out to lunch.
Shall we concrete and everything? I'm not sure. Or don't you need concrete?
It'd be nice, it'd be nice, yeah.
I assumed you did, but I,
Steel prices. Who knows where you're at with that.
Well, even if we put 75 in there, then if we did need a little bit more, we could always adjust it. At least we'd be close. Yeah.
is that a motion?
Yep.
Leroy, you're supporting that?
I'll support that.
we really need to try a motion and vote if we're just changing the line in the budget that's being presented, or that's again, if you want.
We don't.
Whatever we need to do.
Yeah, however is best way to do it.
We have to.
Okay, then let's just put it in there.
So we have-
Increase that.
So we have 2,000 in there now, so increase at 75,000, so it's 77,000, is that what you were thinking? Or just,
Oh, just make it 75,000.
Make it 75,000. Okay.
That's what I do.
okay.
Is that acceptable with everyone?
Yep.
Or do we want to do a vote to make sure? I'm good with that.
The, conservation said they would pull that out of, I don't know where we have to put that, pull that out of land acquisition, that 20, what was it, 21,000?
Okay.
And we did talk about a little bit about the rental and putting that, is that our intent to put the rent?
I was mistaken when I was talking about that. I thought the rent did go to land acquisition fund, but it's the gravel extraction agreement that the county takes it in and then we put it in land acquisition. So I was mistaken when I was thinking that the rent was treated the same way. We can, but we don't quite have the same agreement or
So
understanding of
the rent goes in the general basic, doesn't it, right away?
Yeah.
Yep. And then if we wanna pull it out and give it to land acquisition, is that how we've done it?
We have to make the determination of whether or not it goes in.
Well, they were fine with pulling it out of the land acquisition. I give your scenario to them, they didn't care either way, so.
So taking it out of general to put in Santa position, is that what
Yeah.
we were talking about, right? Because it was taken out of general right
Yep.
now, the bathroom,
Yep.
so taking it out of general basic and putting it in land acquisition.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And they were fine with that. That's what they did last year. I'm not sure why they didn't.
Okay,
They did the one on Iowa Lake out land acquisition, so.
I'll talk to them, make sure
Now,
it's
when
the
they're
right
thinking,
line.
Well, they caught a little flack over the low property and using that only for the low property. And, that's probably why they did that, so.
to the two new people.
Zach was there, John was actually gone. Zach will be really good,
Oh, yeah.
asked a lot of good questions, excellent, so, had a good meeting.
Good.
They talked a little bit about the subject a little bit, if we got time. They talked a little bit about the low property, and at one time, they just wanted to put it to grass and leave it alone. Now they're working with, somebody out in South Dakota, University of South Dakota, I don't know, and maybe using that farmable ground as a learning center, and actually farming it. And they were talked about getting grants from Monsanto, DuPont, Pepsi's of the world, to help them. They're gonna do a tour to one in North Dakota and one in South Dakota, that they actually do this in June, and take a bus tour, and they would like to go, they would like some supervisors to go along with them. That's kind of a goal they have now, instead of just putting it to grass and leaving it late, maybe use that as a learning center. Great, that makes it an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to get off topic. No.
So the only other outstanding one we had was county attorney's budget. Was that the other one?
I did, there's a little bit ago, he realizes that it's probably not gonna work with Mitzi getting the raise. He understands that. So we can drop that.
Not the way this one, but I'm just curious. When the engineer comes in with millions of dollars worth of road work, I don't question his judgment on the need and the benefit that that provides. Why are we quicker to question the salary levels when an office holder determines that it would be better to
The
adjust?
issue that came up with that one was the fact that she was doing the engineer's job that he was supposed to be doing, that she's still doing.
And not so much that, but when our.
That was the justification for the increase, and that was the fact that she's doing this job.
Okay.
So, I don't even know where to go with that one.
I'm just not trying to compare those two, I'm just saying as the office holder and looking around his office, if he said, well, I need to subscribe to this service, or I need to do that, or.
But that was the budget he brought up, and that was the discussion that we had the last time we had this discussion, and that was the reason was for that zoning thing.
And every time we get in between engineers, Carol's just handled it. She's always taken it.
I'm not trying to compare or equate those two situations, I'm just saying, as an elected official in charge of the office, you know, if they're saying, this is what the office needs, I'm just wondering
But we're still here.
why we step in and question salaries quicker or more than other areas.
We're also having a discussion about salaries in secondary roads. So it's like, it's not unusual, because it seems we've had this with a couple of us.
Yeah.
But,
Because otherwise, any one of the offices here could just decide that people need more money.
Well, I think that's the department head's responsibility.
Yeah. But we still have to watch how many dollars is going into that department.
I understand. Although we've scrutinized other lines as much as those when those are being presented or asked.
Personally, I would love to give everybody up here a raise, if that's how you always do.
And, I'm not going there, but I just,
I think we're fair with what we do. I don't think we need to go any more than that. I had some, that length discussion at a meeting with some other counties about the road departments too, and we're in line or better than most with our raises, so.
Yeah.
That's off the subject a little bit, but.
yeah, I'm not hard, being a hard advocate for any one position, just trying to understand where, the roads, he says we need to asphalt these, or we need to do that. I trust his judgment, and that's what that department needs, and then when it comes to staffing, I personally have been the same, they're getting enough money, or that's inadequate pay level, or it's comparable to other, and then I step back and I just say, well, wait a minute, the department head is saying, this is what my department needs, and this is a reasonable expense for it. I guess I'm just trying to,
It's whether or not the rest of us see it as a reasonable expense. And I guess I don't see it as reasonable expense in comparison to everybody else's office.
I agree with that.
I guess my thought was I kind of checked into comparable jobs like that. And she's getting a good wage.
what I've seen, I don't know that I would agree with that comparability.
But you gotta remember when they come in and pitch the budget, they're pitching these individual items, they're not pitching their budget as a whole. So if you're asking us to look at these individual items when you pitch your budget, then that's why we're having a discussion on the individual items.
Right, and I understand we need to discuss individual items, but I'm just, at some points, I'm quick to step back and say, okay, that department head knows better about it than I do, and that's something we can go along with, or is reasonable to go along with, and then other ones, I'm quicker to say, no, without trying to understand why.
And that discussion with secondary roads, we got, what a 10-county area where they brought in all the data and everything else. It's a good discussion. But I'd say the 2.47 like everybody else for that one as well.
I agree with that.
Good too.
I thought that was done in our last meeting.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
She did.
Okay.
So that's why
I
I'm
will do
thinking.
it now.
I didn't look at that.
No, I did not, but it, no,
Well, that's
we'll
fine.
change that. So I have courthouse, up in at 75,000, moving the toilet out of general basic into land acquisition and reducing missing salary. Still three things I need to change?
Yep.
Okay.
No, the rest looks, it looks good.
Then we do a final motion to publish the budget as that, or we just had our say and it gets published like that and we have a public hearing?
That's when you officially
Yep.
approve it. Okay, so make those changes, and do you guys want a copy of it once I make those changes, any balances or anything, or
If
email
you
it
want
to you, or?
if you want to put it here, that's fine.
Yep, I'll make the changes and I'll put them in.
We did, up Compass Point, didn't we?
We did 4,500.
Yeah, okay, they were more than happy, with the raise, so.
Yep, I have that done.
A lot of the counties don't meet their,
Oh,
their dollar figure, so. And that's, there was some discussion, like, I know we don't either, but they were, she said to me, well, we used to get 500, then we got 1,000, and now we got this, we're tickled with that, she was happy, so.
Did you say that, did we go too far?
Because we probably are a little lax, yeah, but this is a big jump.
It gets us in the right direction.
Baby steps.
Yep.
one other thing I have, you guys, about farm girl meeting next week, Tuesday, I want to know what works better, noon meeting, night meeting, I emailed everybody.
I would guess our morning meeting will pretty much take all morning. I have Northwest Iowa Care Connections that afternoon. I see the value to just doing it that afternoon since we're here, but I will not be able to attend.
I've got a meeting around 9 too, so. I won't be there. I went to one, the last one that the other one I went to.
Who will be there, Lynn? You won't be there at all, this?
I won't be there in the afternoon, possibly. I've attended a number of the last few years, so I'd be glad to let others take a turn.
Let you go. Cause I won't be there.
Well, night works better for me. Good morning, the next.
Morning.
Yeah.
A little chilly this morning.
I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, that frost and fog didn't help.
I can't believe it, 10 below zero in fog.
Well, we'll be done by now?
I intend to, I hope to have the details of that, I don't remember what exactly it looks like, but I will probably be leaving about 12:30 or a little before to go to the.
And what time is it, like at noon?
Yeah, and we have, Ivan is right now, Ivan's at 10:30.
The guys are up here changing
Yeah, from 9
heads
to
on
9:30,
the
union negotiations, 9:30 to 10:30.
windmill. They're putting on all new
Handbook,
generators.
10:05,
Which one?
Harris will come in, 10:30.
One's by Harris there?
Yeah,
I mean, he's doing a phone
60.
call, but
Oh,
he's
really?
actually coming here.
60 of them.
And
They're
then,
getting rid of that multi-generator head up there, what are they putting up?
Some kind of GE,
I'm willing to make it.
supposed to be better. They ain't had nothing but trouble before.
They've been nothing but a headache since the day they put them up. They were supposed to be the cat's meow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been over there, I've seen them alternate. There's always one guy,
And it was one, yeah,
2 or 3.
one burned.
Got, Barry's got 2 out or something.
Yeah, can't do that. Stand off a mile and watch it burn, there ain't no need to call the fire truck. There's no reason why. Who's going up there? I mean,
And it might be constant fumes, all that oil and
oil and wires and,
all that
yeah.
All those in
transformers.
favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
would it be best for me to call you or email you, what would you prefer?